So
Yeah.
it'll benefit everybody, not just, yourself.
Thank you
Yeah.
for putting that into words.
Mhm. All right. Yes, you're welcome. Okay, Z, you're next. Mhm. You are unlimited. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh wow. Okay, so I'm seeing the Sagrada Familia, which is this huge architectural church. I think is in Portugal. No, it's in Spain. It's in Spain. Wherever it is. Uh okay. So they're saying this took such a long time to build this, but look how beautiful it is. Uh, they're saying the time it takes to build has no bearing on the outcome. Uh, because sometimes when we think, oh, this is taking such a long time, it's not meant to be. Maybe this isn't the thing. Maybe whatever it is like, no, look how long that took, but look how beautiful the result of it is. And now people come from everywhere to go and see this beautiful thing. Okay, so then it's showing like these little pop-up communities. Those like clear, they're like, clear tent kind of things that you could go in, like the little yurts that you could go in and stay in. And so they're saying, oh, this is cool. People are like, ooh, there's this little community, let's go there. But they're showing how quickly the buildings become dilapidated, and no longer good, and that there's all these repairs that need to be done because the foundation really wasn't there. So take your time uh, to get clear on what you want. And I'm seeing that you're standing on the foundation. You've already built it, but the building around hasn't come to fruition yet, but is going to. Okay, so they're still showing the construction of this building, and like there's these cranes and this and that. Okay, so this is about the dude, like the artist guy, is standing there and he's got the blueprints and he's telling everybody what to do, but he's not doing the work himself. He's doing some of it, but all these people are helping. There's collaborations. Okay, and it's showing the different phases of the building too, right? Well, now we need the cement guys in here. Totally different collaboration group. Well, now we need these guys in here. Totally different collaboration group. Now we need to furnish it. Totally different group. Okay, and so it's saying like if somebody came in and they did the cement work and then they leave, it's not a failure because they left. You get the work was accomplished that needed to be done, and now it is time for the new people. And we can't keep the cement people there because they'll just get in the way. Um, okay, so it's about lessons. Uh, taking the lessons and realizing that none of them, none, zero, none of them were failures. They were just another layer to the knowledge and the wisdom, um, and the layers of the foundation that you're laying. Okay, and then it's also showing like through a building. So like let's say that we are building a building and it takes 100 years to build it. The lower levels, like where you started building, are going to have a totally different frequency and vibration than the top of the building. And it's supposed to be this way. These ones support these ones. Um, okay, then it's showing it's completed. And so then I see you standing on top of this same building. And it's like you're just a light that is up there and your hands are outstretched. And it's like, oh, this just light is just pouring in to you and it's going in and through you and it's illuminating this whole building. Okay. And then as soon as the whole building lights up and gets illuminated, then all these people start coming from everywhere and the church is packed. It's so packed that they're literally standing on top of each other. The church is filled with millions of people. It doesn't even have the capacity to fit that many people, but they've all got stuffed into this place. Okay, and then with all these people in here, it's like that movie Up, how I don't know, he's got a balloon and it carries his house off. It's like the people that are in there are made of such light that the building lifts off the ground and it just like rises higher and higher and higher. So they're saying spiritually we're ascending. Um, the products that we're producing is helping with this ascension. Sometimes we're the product, sometimes we're actually making products, but this is all about spiritual ascension and that perceived failures are not failures. They're lessons, they're just things that have been learned, but they're not failures. They just keep saying that over and over and over. Okay, so let's say that we believed that we were a failure. We would be holding that certain vibration. Think of it like a guitar string that you'd be playing over and over and over. When you think about certain things, you'd be playing it over and over and over again, which would be going out and would be creating similar type energetic experiences again in the future. So saying erase any past perceive perceived failures because they were not failures, but remove it from your body so that the cord doesn't play anymore. And then put a new cord in that is one of success and learning and knowledge and understanding, because then this too is a way that you'll be teaching people that their failures are not failures. And we know this, but sometimes embodying it and really like knowing it for yourself is a different story. Okay. Past versions of yourself are gone. It's like they're dead. It's like I see you burying these old versions of yourself of like, that's not me anymore. That's not me anymore. But as you're burying them, you're taking all the knowledge, you're taking all the light from each of these and you're just adding it to yourself. Um, okay, something about 57 years old. 57, what's this about? There's just goodness. It just keeps getting better and better and better. There's complete fulfillment. You feel so fulfilled with life and with everything. Even the changes and challenges that you went through is all so fulfilling when you think back on it at that time. They're saying, so step into that now, embody that now. Look at it as it's so fulfilling now. Like we know that this is hard to do. This is why we're telling you this. Um, okay, they're saying 1 + 2 equals 3. Um, sometimes people tell us things and we believe it, when if we looked at math differently, 1 + 2 doesn't always equal 3. Okay, so this is about getting different results from doing the same thing. They're saying like you could do the same thing with a different intent and get a different result from it. But the answers that you want are coming um, quickly, minute to minute. Be open to receiving them. Anything else? Okay, then I'm seeing a belt and you're like tightening your belt, like really, 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 really tight. What's that about? Okay, they said you've been doing this to yourself. You've been tightening your belt too tight, and it's time to take off the belt and give yourself some breathing room. Okay, so it's almost like you've closed off certain parts of yourself to be able to receive, right? If it's so tightened up, you can't receive. And it's like, take the belt off and open up that energetic area of your body, which seems to be like, belts, lower abdominal area, and like open it up to be receiving or to receive. Even just to energetically receive at this moment, even think about energy and just absorbing it, allowing it, receiving it, and know that you're loved. Um, you're loved beyond belief. You can't even You can't even comprehend how much you'll remember long after you die. But just know that you're really loved. Okay. And then your dad, see your dad, kind of same as before. He's just standing there. Um, he's just support, like literal, actual support. So you're supported by him, um, and many others, of course. And they're saying grieving is good, and it does go through waves of different feelings and different emotions. And at some point, eventually, it passes and is viewed differently. But all of the steps and the processes in between, they're all good and they're all necessary and they're all needed. And I see like almost like choking back tears of like not, wanting to express or let it out. And it's like, don't do that. Just allow it to flow out so that nothing gets stuck. Use your voice. Uh, you've been suppressing your voice out of fear. Uh, don't do that. Your voice needs to be heard, needs to be expressed. And there's safety that surrounds you. I see that in your actual environment that you're in right now, like you're very safe there. There's a lot of safety. So maybe even telling yourself regularly or daily, I'm safe. I am safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Because it's almost like there's a bunch of wires that are all mixed up together and they need to be undone and rewired to a feeling of safety. And when that's completed, you'll know there will be a really big shift that occurs internally and you'll visibly see it outwardly. And you're good enough and always have been. And you need to tell your little self that too, like little 2-year-old you thinking of her and just tell her, you're good enough. Of course you are. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. And then even 6-year-old you and 7, 8, 9-year-old you, 10-year-old you, tell them all that. Okay, and then 18, 19-year-old you who started doubting herself and her abilities, and just telling her that she's loved, that she's supported, you've got her back, she makes it through, and is going to be okay. Okay, anything else? Um, no meetings should be prioritized over your own health or well-being. So I'm just seeing like if you're feeling really depleted and you have like a meeting, they're saying reschedule it. If you're not feeling like you should be meeting, then don't. Okay. Anything else? And like this feeling of safety, like concerned about safety, it's just practice, 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 practice. Telling yourself, I'm safe. Think about your nervous system rewiring itself into a place of safety. Use different techniques to bring your nervous system down to a feeling of calm and peace. Yeah, practice, practice, and meditation. Okay, that's what we got. Okay.
Thank you so much. That was so amazing. I felt that. And I was like, yes. But starting off with even the Sagrada Familia, I have a framed photo of that. My sister went there. I think it's Barcelona. Uh,
Okay, yeah, it is Barcelona. That's right.
yeah. And she went there with her husband and got me that. And I framed it. And so it's like, wow, that's so amazing. And then the interesting thing is, yeah, I've been saying that too. It's just taking too long. Like I've had all these plans and it's taking too long. But yeah, that's okay. Even
Mhm.
I look it thought of when I started my med spa, that took about 18 months. And yeah, did I want it to go faster? But I was okay with that, just enjoying every step of it.
Mhm.
And so maybe uh that is the way.
Mhm.
A
Yeah.
lot of those things came through. A lot of, gosh, so many things resonated. And I think it is fears too. And right, uh leaving what happened in another place there, like just leaving it there. And there's no evidence that it's going to happen here. And I think telling myself that is very helpful. I like the analogy of untangling the wires.
Mhm. I think was it in the Christ letters you said, you do not know that tomorrow some wonderful thing will not happen to you, but you guarantee for yourself that it will not when you expect the same thing to happen tomorrow as what happened yesterday. Right? We
Mm-hmm.
don't know that tomorrow somebody's not going to
Totally.
call us up and just offer us something that's freaking mind blowing and unbelievable, but it's not going to happen when we think, oh, of course that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, yeah, leaving the past and expecting it to be totally different than it was.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to learn the same lessons again. It's like, thank you,
Mm-hmm.
I learned it, so it'll be different this time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and then you said like shed the old self, and that just so timely with the Chinese New Year, and even down here in Mardi Gras, that's like all they're talking about, just shedding the old and in with the new.
Hmm, I love that. I wish I
Mm-hmm.
was at Mardi Gras.
I know. It's a lot of fun. I had to pace myself. Ooh. Some of these parades are crazy.
I bet.
Hmm.
Okay,
Thank you.
cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Sarah. Okay.